We are live, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a big show ahead of us. We got some major news, some major updates, some things we need to talk about with credit scores, how people are going to be impacted. There's a lot of predatory lending going on. So make sure you let us know where you're at. Once you get into the room, tell us what state you're coming from, where you're at. We are in North Carolina. We are streaming live right now. We're up late at night because we just got to get this information out to as many people as we possibly can. So everyone, once you join the live, let us know where you're at. North Carolina, born and raised in East LA, but I live in North Carolina. Now, Michigan is in the house. What up, C-Boy? Where is everybody else from? What up, Rome Dog? I never got to see you live. This is a good time. Good timing. New York in the house. Wisconsin. Everyone's pouring in. Hit that like button once you get in here. Tucson, Arizona, Florida, New York, SoCal, Georgia. There we go. Florida, Pennsylvania, Chicago. It's cold in Chicago right now. The weather's been kind of crazy in North Carolina, too. I'm not going to lie. Las Vegas. I love Las Vegas. San Diego, Oklahoma. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to hit that like button. If you're from Facebook, you need to hit that like button, too. Facebook been lacking lately. YouTube's been cranking. Daytona Beach, Florida. I love Daytona Beach. I usually go down to ride motorcycles. Chicago, Auburn, Ohio. There we go. Washington State. Queens, New York. I just got back from New York. Azusa. There we go. So, yeah, I was just in New York this past week, right before the weekend. Jersey Shore. There we go. Orange County, Oklahoma, Las Vegas. I usually go out to Las Vegas at least 2-3 times a year. This year, I don't know if I'm going to make it out. I don't know if I'm going to make it out. Give us good news. I'm going to try to give y'all good news, man. I'm going to try to give y'all good news. But we got some major updates coming. The way we're going to run this live, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you share this with all your friends so everyone can stay up to date as to what is going on with credit scores and credit reporting. Major changes are happening as we speak. What part of North Carolina? I'm right outside of Greensboro. So, yeah, tell us where you're at once you get into the room, everybody. Desert, Southern California, grew up in SGV. There you go. Party in East LA. There you go. So once we get this cranking, ladies and gentlemen, what up, East Coast Sensation? Once we get to the live going, I'm going to talk about these topics, and then I'm going to save some time at the end so everyone can save their questions and drop them at me, and we're going to have a Q&A, live Q&A. So you want to stay to the end so you can ask your question. I'm going to stay up and answer as many questions as I possibly can. Doesn't matter. I'm going to keep an open book with everybody because I'm here to help you. So just remember that, okay? What up, Joe? Florida, South Carolina, NYC. I love NYC. It was hard for me to come back. I'm not going to lie, man. NYC reminds me a lot of LA because there's so many different cultures in it. I just absolutely love it. Yo, it's kind of late, bro. You're right. It's kind of late. But I had to get you this information. That's why I did it, bro. So let's get cracking. There's been some major changes that are going on. I don't know if you guys saw a recent news situation. We're going to put it up. Major changes as Klarna goes public. If you don't know what Klarna is, it is a buy now, pay later app. This is groundbreaking. It's changing. Let's go ahead and put up the clip and we'll watch it.
Popular food delivery app DoorDash.
So let's go and start all over. Everybody ready? Here we go.
Buy now, pay later app Klarna announced a partnership with popular food delivery app DoorDash. The company said DoorDash customers will be able to split their payments at checkout into 4 interest-free installments or defer the payments to a later date. The move comes as Klarna is expected to join the New York Stock Exchange as a publicly traded company with an IPO expected sometime this year.
Did y'all hear that? They're gonna have an option to do DoorDash buy now, pay later. Let's run it back again. Pay attention, ladies and gentlemen.
The buy now, pay later app Klarna announced a partnership with popular food delivery app DoorDash. The company said DoorDash customers will be able to split their payments at checkout into 4 interest-free installments or defer the payments to a later date. The move comes as Klarna is expected to join the New York Stock Exchange as a publicly traded company with an IPO expected sometime this year.
This is huge, ladies and gentlemen. It is huge. This is a bad sign for the economy. Listen, I'm not going to say the economy is going to crash, but this is not a good sign. The CFPB was trying to regulate this because this is very, very predatory. The problem with buy now, pay laters is you can get multiple ones. And what's happening is they're starting to report on credit reports. If you have a buy now, pay later app and you're using it, or a loan of that, it is a buy now, pay later short-term loan, drop it in the comments. Let us know if it has hit your credit report. We are seeing it across different platforms that people are reporting they are seeing Klarna on their credit report. So buy now, pay laters. Eden, Texas is in the house. This is really, really bad for the economy because it's very predatory. It is going to cause a lot of defaults. Imagine this. This is really crazy to think. All right, so this month I got to pay for my rent, my car payment, my car insurance, my cell phone bill, and I got to pay for that burrito I bought 2 weeks ago. That's crazy. That's really crazy to think about. But people are not telling you that they're going to slap it on your credit reports now. Because previously these were not reporting on credit reports. I think it was only there was only one. I think it was a firm that was coming up on credit reports, and all the other ones were not. Well, because the defaults have been so massive and these companies are losing money, now what's happening, they want there to be repercussions and they want to put them on your credit report. But the problem is, let's say if it's a 6 month or 4 month, that is super bad for your credit profile because your credit profile is built on age of credit. The longer your age of credit grows, the more your credit score grows. I want to be really clear on that. So when you open up an account, the more it ages, meaning the more time that it's been on your credit profile, your credit score grows. So when you continue to add all of these small installment loans on your credit profile, they're going to reduce your average age of credit, hurting you. Now, if you're someone that doesn't have a lot of credit, this can potentially help you because you're getting positive payment history on your credit profile. But the problem is it's going to close too soon. The minimum amount of a short-term loan that you want on your credit profile is going to be 24 months. Everybody pay attention to that. You never want a loan that is less than 24 months because anything less than that is going to reduce your average age of credit. It's going to reduce your average age of credit, and then it's going to close. And that's going to have a negative impact on your credit profile. So if you had some positive, you're going to close it down in 6 months or 4 months, and it's going to have a negative impact on your credit profile. Now, the positive payment history will still stay there, but you're going to lose those points, and it's going to take you more time to get them back. So this isn't a good situation for credit profiles. I want to warn everyone, stay away from those predatory loans. These are designed to put you in debt. We need to help each other stay out of debt. We need to get out of debt. This is not going to help us. We need to figure out a way to manage our finances better now. So I want everyone to understand this is huge. Don't fall for these traps. Everywhere you turn around, I go to Walmart. I go to these massive stores. They're asking me, would you like a credit card? Would you like to buy now, pay it later? I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Next thing you know, they're going to start offering it at Starbucks. Mark my words, you're going to see it at Starbucks. That is next. Starbucks is going to make their own buy now, pay later. I'm willing to put money on that. So don't fall for these traps because they're meant to keep you in debt because they're going to offer you 0% interest for 3 months, 4 months, or 6 months. You're like, oh yeah, I'll pay it off. And then what if something happens and you don't? Then all of a sudden the interest rate kicks in. Most likely the interest rate is going to be 29% and above. The average interest rate in America right now is like 22%. That's absolutely insane. So if you spend $100, you're going to have to pay back $122. So the more money you owe, the more the interest is going to grow. Understand that. It is a huge trap. And these will destroy people's credit profiles, especially people that have a decent credit profile and they have decent credit. It's going to hurt your credit profile because remember, you're reducing your average age of credit and then you're closing that short-term loan. If it were to stay open longer, it could potentially help you. 24 months or longer is what we want, ladies and gentlemen. And then the biggest other one is, so that was number 2, okay? So that was number 2 of the major changes that we're going to see. You're going to see these being pushed everywhere now because the CFPB is still technically open, but they're not doing any real work. They're slowly coming back online, but they're not doing 100% work. So the CFPB was trying to stop and regulate these, but they got stopped in their tracks. We don't know what the new CFPB director is going to do or what his directive is. So we don't know if he's going to try to improve this or he's just going to say, well, whatever. We don't know that yet. Because remember, McDonald's is next. That's a huge comment right there. McDonald's is next. Imagine that. You could get some chicken McNuggets in a 4-payment plan. That's insane. Yeah. So that's good news and bad news at the same time. So our next biggest thing that's happening, this happened on March 17th. It went into effect, but there's a problem. Okay. But we're going to talk about it. And I'm going to give you all the information so you guys can all be 100% prepared. If you had any medical debt, this rule went into play. It was actually finalized on January 7th, but it had 60 days for it to post about medical debt. March 17th is when this went 100% live. Okay. So medical collections cannot be on your credit report as of March 17th. Everyone write this down, send it to your friends. There is over 15 million Americans that are being affected by medical collections on their credit reports. This went into effect March 17th. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there is over $40 billion worth of medical collections on credit reports. This is a huge deal for everyone out there that has medical debt. So I want everyone to tell everybody that it cannot report on your credit report. Okay. So March 17th, no medical collections whatsoever is supposed to report on your credit reports. That's the good news. Now, if you have any medical collections or medical debt, I'm going to put this up on the screen. So give me 1 second here. I'm going to give you a letter to use. This is 100% free. Anybody that has medical debt can use this letter for 100% free to send to the credit reporting agencies. Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Remember, you dispute with the big three when you have medical collections. So if I could just put this up on the screen, give me 1 second here, everybody. Give me a second to put it up here. Here we go. You're going to send a very simple letter. This is it right here. To whom it may concern, due to recent changes in credit reporting, the CFPB has officially banned all medical collections. Please delete all these medical collections listed below. List the collection name, amount, account number. I expect you will expeditiously delete these accounts within 30 days. Thanks for your help and attention to this matter. Include a copy of your driver's license and utility bill. You can see the different types of utility bills you can use right there. Gas, light, water, cell phone bill, car insurance, car registration, bank statement, or a pay stub will work. Send it certified mail. You don't necessarily need to. If you don't have the money, don't stress about it, because you can actually track your letter when you go into the post office. If you go into the post office, it'll give you a receipt when you pay for it physically, okay? So here's the letter. Pause the video, screenshot it. This is the one you want to use to fight medical collections, okay? Let's talk about tortas, bro. It's wild, man. Will buy now, pay later's backdate, or is it from now? You know, that's a great question. Let's put this up on the screen right here. This is a great question. So will buy now, pay later's backdate, or is it from now on? So we have seen people say that backdated Affirm accounts are reporting. The account is already closed, but they're putting it on people's credit reports after they paid and closed it. Some of my old videos, people are commenting and saying that. This is from our community. These are real people. So understand that they are backdating them and putting them on credit reports. I don't know what's causing it. That person didn't say if they defaulted on a new one. Maybe that can trigger it, but we don't know what's triggering it as of yet because it's so new. We're still kind of trying to pay attention to that and see exactly how it's affecting credit reports. But thanks for that question, because that's a huge deal. Anybody out there, if you don't want to use this system right here of sending a letter, you can use Dispute Beast. So Dispute Beast is the most advanced AI credit repair software ever created that I own, as it comes with a 110% money back guarantee. We want to give a special shout out to any of our beasters out there that are using Dispute Beast to fix their credit, specifically Luis. Luis's credit score went up 261 points after just one round with Dispute Beast, 39 points with TransUnion, 110 with Experian, and 112 with Equifax. That's pretty wild. So next up, Abdul's credit score went up 206 points after just one round with Dispute Beast. 37 points with TransUnion, 83 points with Experian, and 86 points with Equifax. That's solid. Well, we don't just stop there, ladies and gentlemen. We got a whole wall of people right here, okay? This is pretty crazy. 374 points for Malachi, 150 for Tia, Asiela, 21, Kimberly, 34, Charles, 26, Dante, 135. As you can see, these are all going to vary because everyone has different credit profiles. That's it. It's everyone. It can be a first round, second round, third round. Everyone's going to be different as to how your credit score is going to react based on how many deletions you're going to get. Link is going to be in the video description for anyone that needs Dispute Beast. Now let's continue to talk about medical debt because this is a bad situation, ladies and gentlemen. A lawsuit was filed. Listen to what I'm saying. A lawsuit was filed by some Republicans. I think it was out of South Dakota and South Carolina. They are trying to stop this rule. Okay, listen up, everybody. Republicans from South Carolina and South Dakota are trying to stop this actual rule because they're saying that this should be on people's credit reports because it tells us when somebody has debt. Like medical bills are not debt. It's life. Life has happened. Okay. So understand, ladies and gentlemen. All right. It's very important for everyone to understand that this is a serious matter. Talk to your local representatives if you have any type of medical collections, because I'm very concerned that they're going to try to reverse this. And there's a huge chance that it will happen. So if you have any medical collections, now is the time to dispute them. Do not wait any longer. Try to get them off your credit reports before they reverse this rule, because the CFPB is not taking any actions right now, and we don't know if they're going to try to reverse this. They've already, the CFPB, everybody listen, pay attention. The CFPB has already dismissed 10 cases against major companies that were major cases. One of the biggest one was for, I think, was it Capital One. It was for, I think it was 2 billion or 20. I can't remember. I know that's a huge difference, okay? But I can't remember exactly right off the top of my head. But real talk, they stopped that lawsuit. Now, here's the crazy part. They stopped the lawsuit after they caught Capital One not paying out the full amount for their high yield savings accounts. Okay? Yes, you heard me right. Capital One was not paying out the full high yield savings accounts at 4%. They were paying them like 2%. It was billions of dollars over years that Capital One scammed Americans. The CFPB dismissed that case. It was Russell Voigt. Russell Voigt is the acting CFPB director at the time. He dismissed that case, and then the Trump organization sues Capital One. So hold on. Tell me that again. Let's repeat that again. So they dismissed the one case that was going to help Americans, but then the Trump administration sues Capital One. I'm like, yo, what? He sued them because they closed down their bank accounts. That's why he sued them. But then they dismissed the case that was supposed to help consumers. I want y'all to know this is real. This is happening. This has happened now. Okay. So I want everyone to know. Everyone make sure you hit that like button and that share button and subscribe. Now let's open up the floor, ladies and gentlemen, for any questions anybody may have out there. Let's drop them in the comments section. I'm gonna see if I can scroll back, see if I see any new ones. Yeah, okay, let's put this up on the screen because things like these really frustrate me. I want a credit sweep. Credit sweeps don't exist, ladies and gentlemen. They're illegal, 100% illegal. Nobody can wipe your credit away just like, oh yeah, bye guys, it's gone. No, it doesn't work like that. Credit sweeps are illegal and they're not real. So anybody says, I'll sweep your credit. Yeah, it's a scam. It's a scam, ladies and gentlemen. Let's not worry about collections. Let's worry about some tamales, bro. Ready to throw hands, fam. I appreciate everyone out here. Let's see what we got. Wells Fargo, yo. What about the ceviche? Yo, ceviche. I love some ceviche. All right, what we got? Just paid off my car during the pandemic. I had some late payments. I need to delete that account. Can this happen? Okay, this is a great question. Everyone drop your questions in the comment section and I will catch up with them. But this is a great question, okay? Just paid off my car during the pandemic. I had some late payments. I need to delete that account. Can this happen? Do not delete an account that has late payments. There's a bunch of amateurs on social media that are telling you to delete the entire account. Do not do that. So let's think about it like this, East Coast Sensation. Let's say hypothetically, you had the car for 4 years, 5 years. That's the general term amount, maybe 3, even at the least 3, or let's say at the worst, 24 months, 2 years. That is 24 months of on-time payment history. Now, if you have a few late payments, the late payments are going to hurt you the most for 5 years. You want to try to reverse the late payments. Everyone hear me? We want to try to reverse the late payments or delete them, okay? Deleting we don't like because it's going to remove the late payment. The late payment may take some points with it once it gets deleted, or it may help you. One of the two. Nobody tells you that, but I'm going to tell you the truth. But if we reverse it from late to on time, you're going to gain some points. Remember, if you reverse it, you're adding positive payments back to your credit profile. And that's going to help your credit profile if you can reverse it to on time. You want to dispute late payments to be updated to paid on time as agreed. Okay, it's very, very important to understand. Paid on time as agreed. Okay. If you delete that account, it's going to destroy your credit profile. You do not want to delete it. Dispute Beast will attack any late payments to try to reverse them to on time paid as agreed. Okay. That's what you want to do. Never, ever, even a closed account. I've heard people say, I need to delete this closed account. No, don't delete a closed account. After an account is paid, it's going to stay on your credit report for up to 10 years. You want it to because it's going to have positive payment history. It's helping your credit profile. After it ages out and it falls off, no big deal. But as it sits on your credit profile right after it closes, it can stay on there for up to 10 years, which is going to help your credit profile. I hope that helps you, East Coast Sensation. Here we go. Should a person try to dispute a dismissed bankruptcy? You should always try to remove a bankruptcy. A bankruptcy is the highest level of delinquency on a credit report. It is possible to delete bankruptcies. So let's be aware of that. You can attack any negative item using Dispute Beast, or you could do it on your own. That's up to you. I make so many videos allowing you to do that. So Dispute Beast can attack collections, charge-offs, late payments, medical collections, bankruptcies, repossessions, student loans in default, child support, hard inquiries. Any negative item that's hurting your credit is going to hunt it down and attack it. It's very important to understand. It's also going to work to correct any personal information that is inaccurate based on what you put in there. So it means your names and addresses is going to work to try to correct that also, because you need to. You want to have just one name and one address on your credit profile. But yeah, even a dismissed bankruptcy is still hurting you. It's very important to understand that. Oh, this is a great question. Everyone buckle up. I'm about to give everyone the sauce here. This is a great, great question, okay? Just had a repo happen. What do I do next? All right. Everyone bust out your pen and papers. Share this with your friends. Hit that like button. I'm about to give you the repo sauce. Once your car is repossessed, you must receive a notice letting you know where the car is at and then when you can redeem it, okay? You're going to have a certain time frame that you can redeem it, meaning you have to pay like a certain amount to get it back. But they have to let you know where it's at and when to redeem it, and there must be a listing of your personal belongings, and they must give you a time frame to let you come get your personal belongings out of your vehicle. If you don't get any of that, your rights have been violated and you need a consumer law attorney. We work with consumer law attorneys in case someone needs one for that situation. Now, the next step is if your car is not redeemed, they're going to sell it at auction. They must tell you where the auction is going to be at and how much the car actually sold for if it's sold at auction. This is called a deficiency notice. If they don't send you a deficiency notice, letting you know how much the car sold for and what the remaining balance is, how do you know what's on your credit report is accurate and complete and fair? You don't. it's a violation of your rights to not send you that deficiency notice. This is also another thing that you can sue them for. I tell people, if you didn't receive that, sue them in small claims court or find a consumer law attorney, because you don't know what they sold the car for. You don't know what's on your credit report is accurate or fair or complete. So once that repo happens, you must receive a notice letting you know where the car is at and how to redeem it, and a listing of your personal belongings and how and when you can come get them. If they don't send you that, that's a violation. They must send you a deficiency notice if the car is sold at auction to tell you how much the car sold for. If they didn't, that's a violation of your rights also. You can sue them in small claims, or you can use a consumer law attorney to sue them. That's the best way you can handle that situation to get it off your credit reports. The majority of these lending companies or repo companies never follow the process of the laws for repossessions. This covers all states, ladies and gentlemen, not just North Carolina. It covers all states in the United States. And I also tell anybody, if you're in the middle of a repossession, God forbid, pull out your phone, record the interaction, and tell the repo man, stop. You cannot take my car. Once you do that, this is what we call a breach of the peace. They must stop and drop. It doesn't matter if the car's in the air. They got to drop the car in the air if it's in the air. If they don't, this is considered a breach of the peace, and it is covered in every single state. Every single state has breach of the peace. Simply Google it. Google breach of the peace. What states does it cover? You can go to repo.org, and it will show you that breach of the peace covers every single state. Repo.org is 100% free, ladies and gentlemen. You can check the statutes for every single state. Repo people do not like it when I say this, because they're like, that's not true. I wouldn't say it if it wasn't true. I pray that they don't raise my student loan payment. Listen, this is a huge deal right here. We don't know what's going to happen with these. They're going to be transferred over to the Commerce Department of some sort, and we don't know if the interest rate's going to go up. We don't know if they're going to maintain the same. Nobody's talking about this. Nobody has any information on it right now. So I'm going to stay up to date, always and forever for life. I'm going to stay up to date on this. I'm trying to track it, but they're moving it in different places. It's wild. Never seen anything like this. So stay put, stay tight. We're going to hope that these student loans don't explode. All right, so I just got my first credit card. What's my next best step? Roan Dog. Like this question, bro. I like this question. Use your credit card responsibly, ladies and gentlemen. Just put your Hulu, your Netflix, maybe your cell phone bill, and pay it off every single month consecutively. Don't wait. Don't say, oh, I'm going to carry balance, I'll pay it later. No, pay it off every single month consecutively for 6 to 8 months. After 6 to 8 months of you not carrying a balance, request a credit limit increase. Do this every 6 months to get them to raise that credit limit increase. We want them to raise it, not because we need more money. That's not what we're doing. We're not going to carry any debt. You don't have to carry debt to have a good credit score, ladies and gentlemen. What you want to do is you want to raise those limits, so when you go apply for a new card, they're also going to give you higher limit credit cards. Higher limit credit cards show that you are a responsible borrower. And let's say hypothetically your car breaks down and your transmission needs to be fixed for $2,500. You can possibly borrow that money and then pay it back over time. You can get a balance transfer credit card, or a credit card with zero interest for 18 months, pay that bad boy off. And if you carry a $2,500 balance, but we're saying hypothetical here, we don't want to carry debt, remember that. But if it happens and you have to do that, then it's not going to affect your utilization. It can be there for a rainy day in case you need it, but it's very dangerous and I don't recommend it, but life happens, I'm telling you, okay? So be prepared. Let's see what it says. That's pretty wild. All right, let's keep moving. So car company did the same to me. Mark the payment later after I paid off the car. There could have been closing fees or something attached to it, possibly. I don't know. But you can still dispute that late payment. Dispute, ladies and gentlemen. You want to dispute at least 4 to 6 rounds at maximum for a late payment. And if it doesn't work in that time, listen up, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't get the late payment reversed in that time frame, you can go to ceoemail.com. Again, ceoemail.com, and you can find the CEO's email for your credit card company. You'll just look up Capital One CEO, Chase Bank CEO, or the loan company's CEO name, and then you're going to send them a goodwill letter requesting forgiveness for him to reverse the late payment. That's your last option. So this is a great question. There must be relief for student loan debt when you have a catastrophic medical issues. Now our loans are going to be serviced by the SBA. Correct. They're going to be serviced by the SBA. I don't know what's going to happen. There is no relief for medical catastrophic situations if they move over to the SBA, which apparently it's happening as we speak. So I don't know what is going to happen. I would reach out to the SBA, but they may not know any information because this is all just currently happening. Nobody really knows anything about it. We're trying to keep up with it as we move along. So I will try to keep up with you private. You're marked as private, so I can't call you out by name. I do not do consultations. Consultations are illegal. We stopped doing them once our attorneys told us to stop doing them because they're considered a Telecommunications Sales Rules Act violation, which was created by the FTC. So all these credit repair companies that are doing consultations are doing them illegally. The moment you pick up a phone and market some type of product or something across state lines, it becomes a violation of TSR. Lexington Law was sued for this one specifically, and it was like another Credit Repair Cloud, which is a credit repair software, was sued for this specific thing also. So it's a violation of TSR doing consultations about credit repair. Unfortunately, we don't do that. All right, here we go. This is a good question. I just opened an auto loan on my credit report. My credit score is about to go down 60 points. Why do you think your credit score is going to go down 60 points? It's like I don't understand why that is. It hasn't hit my credit report yet. So remember, this is really important to understand. This is why people need to understand you don't want to get a bunch of credit cards and a bunch of different credit products at one time, because every time you add a new credit product to your credit profile, you're reducing your average age of credit. Depends on your credit profile. It may help you, and some other people, it may hurt them, because if they don't have a lot of credit products and you add a new one, it may hurt you. But if you've never had an auto loan, or you're closing an auto loan, you're putting a new one on, it may potentially help you. I can't give you 100% certainty because everyone's credit profile is different. Everyone's going to react, but your scores should rebound. Even if it drops, it's only a temporary drop. Don't freak out about that. It's going to rebound within 6 to 9 months, at the most 12 months, but your score will rebound. My score has never dropped when I sold the car, paid it off, and got a new one. Never dropped one time. I have a pretty crazy credit profile though. Everyone's going to be different. So don't think negative. Okay, I know it's hard to say, but just wait till it happens and see what happens. And then you can just focus on keep moving forward after that. Oh, this is a great question. What about defaulted credit cards with Navy Fed? Can they be deleted by disputes? All right, let me go ahead and get this out of the way. This is not legal advice or financial advice, and I'm not an attorney, okay? Navy Fed is one of the most difficult to delete. I can't tell you and say, yeah, it's going to delete that, because I will be breaking the law, and I'm not going to lie to you on top of that. I don't know what can happen, but I can tell you that DisputeBeast has in fact deleted Navy Federal charge-offs. Okay, will that delete yours? I can't tell you that, because I would be lying to you, and it's against the law, and I'm not going to mislead you. But understand that we have seen it delete Navy Federal defaulted credit cards, which is one of the hardest in the game. And let me explain why. Because Navy Federal has a Metro 2 compliance department that handles all of the disputes. So they understand and know how Metro 2 reporting works, and they will, in fact, fight back. Navy Federal is one of the very few. Again, I see another question of, can it be removed with DisputeBeast? I cannot legally tell you yes, but bankruptcies have been deleted using DisputeBeast. Can you remove late payments from closed accounts or have them updated to pay on time? Yeah, that's why you dispute them. Let's put it up on the screen. You want to dispute those late payments to on time paid as agreed, but you do not want to delete. You do not want to delete the closed account because it's going to hurt your credit profile. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you can in fact delete inquiries if they are not attached to an open account. Do not attack hard inquiries that are attached to open accounts. Let's give you some good examples. You went to the car dealership. They ran your credit 15 times, but you got one loan, but you have 15 inquiries. You can attack all of those other inquiries, but not the one for the active loan. My other favorite one. You have a Capital One credit card, but you applied for a new Capital One credit card and you got declined. Do not dispute that. They will shut down your Capital One account. Another great example, you have a Navy Federal credit card. You applied for a new Navy Federal credit card. You got declined. Do not dispute that. They will close your Navy Federal account. Don't listen to anybody who says, there's a specific little time window that you can use to dispute it and they will delete it. Do not fall for that trap, because what you're basically stating, even if you don't say it, you're stating, that wasn't me. I didn't do that. So now you're saying there's fraud on your credit profiles, and these banks will take it serious and they will shut your account down. I've seen auto loans removed from people's credit reports and then they rescinded the loan. That's crazy. I've seen credit cards and accounts be shut down by Navy Federal and credit card companies. So yeah, don't do that. DisputeBeast does correct personal information, addresses and names that do not match your account. You can dispute any negative item on your credit report. Okay, understand that, ladies and gentlemen. Anything can be disputed. All right, where are we at? What up, Juan from Cali? Make sure y'all hit that like button so we can get more people on there, okay? More people can see what's going on out here. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, that's a great question. My credit score changes each month. I got a 10K Alaska credit card from Bank of America. Then my score dropped by 26 points. Why is that? Every time you add a new credit product to your credit profile, your score is going to drop depending on who you are and what your credit profile looks like, because you're reducing your average age of credit. Now, your score changes each month because you're reporting a balance. Let me put this up on the screen so you guys can see this. Everyone bust out your pen and papers. Hit that like button because I'm about to show you guys the sauce. And I'm going to really break down your credit score so you guys can truly understand this, because this is one of the biggest things I see. And there's nothing wrong with that. They don't teach us this anywhere. They damn sure didn't teach us this in high school. Okay, if I can get this thing, why are you? Oh, okay, I got to get rid of one of these. So give me a second, please. All right. It's going to make me get rid of one of my slides over here. All right. So we're going to add this slide. So we're going to talk about what causes your credit score to drop so dramatically, because people have a hard time understanding that. And there's nothing wrong with that. They didn't teach us this. So this is your credit score breakdown, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to take you off the screen so we can really, I think that, no, there's some other ones that are missing. There's one more that's missing. So love to cruise grandpa. Pay attention, lock in. I want everyone to lock in right here. This is very important to understand. Let's break down your credit score. You automatically get 300 points just for playing the game of credit. If you ever go below 400 points, that means you got really bad credit. Okay, I've seen it. You get 192 points for payment history, meaning paying on time. You get 165 points for utilization. The balances that report, not how much of your credit card that you use, but the balances that report are your credit utilization. 165 points. Your credit age is 82.5 points. Your credit mix. So credit age, what does credit age mean? The length of credit that's been open on your credit profile. Every time you add a new credit product, it reduces your average age of credit. So remember that. Credit mix. That means the mix of credit on your credit profile is 55 points. credit cards. Now you can have different credit cards on your credit profile. You can have a charge card, a credit card, a medical card, a store card. I don't recommend those unless you plan on paying them off immediately and you're getting some crazy bonus. And then you have a, did I say medical card already? I think I did. There's one more that I'm missing. Oh, a store card with a Visa logo. So like TJ Maxx is a great one. You can use a TJ Maxx anywhere because it's a universal card with the Visa logo on it. So those 5 are good credit mix. Then you have an auto loan, a mortgage, and you can have some type of other installment loan on your credit profile. Inquiries or new credit make up 55 points for a total of 55 points that you control. Remember that, 55 points that you control. If you report any balances on your credit reports, that is going to drop your credit score. That's why your credit score goes up and down, because credit utilization, the balances reported, make up 30% of your credit score. You just need to make sure you pay on time, that you pay your minimum balance at least. But if you're reporting any balances, that's going to hurt your credit profile. Let me show you exactly what I mean. So let me remove another one of these. 1 second here, because it's going to tell me I can only have so many slides. I'm like, what? All right, let me pull this other slide up here. Let's put it up on the screen. Here we go. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. So in the square box, a rectangular box right here, outstanding debt means the balances that report from your credit card and only your credit card, nothing else on your credit report. Student loans, auto loans, mortgages don't count for outstanding debt. It's only credit card debt because those are considered short-term loans. I know that's kind of crazy, right? Because they truly are. Think about it. So outstanding debt. If you carry 0% utilization, you can get the maximum amount of points of 55 points for carrying 0 utilization. If you carry 1 to 6% utilization, you're going to get 65 points. And this little asterisk, you see that? Let's go down to the very bottom where it says box number represents the maximum points possible minus actual points received. So let's say, for instance, you received those 65 points already. You may not get a full 65. Or if you already got some of those points, then you may not get the full 65. You may only get 55, 58, 60, 62. You may not get all of those points. But then when you go to 7 to 19% utilization, you're only going to get 50 points. When you go to 20 to 49% utilization, you're only going to get 45 points. So you're going to continue to lose points as you increase your balances. I hope that gives you clarity. Remember, report 0 balance consistently. People want to argue this. I'm not going to argue with anybody. I just put it up on the screen here so you could see what your points look like based on your utilization. Keep your balances as low as possible consistently. Consistently, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. All right, here we go. So yeah, I hope that gives you a little bit of clarity there. All right, this is a real serious one. Social Security said my identity has been stolen. All right, this is for everyone out there. You should be using something to protect your identity. I use something to protect my identity with my family and myself, and I've been using it for over 3 years. It will let me know if my information is truly been stolen within less than 5 minutes. If my name appears on the dark web, if a data broker is selling my information, it's going to let me know if it's truly been stolen. And that means that someone's trying to open accounts in my name. You can lock your credit reports directly from this app. It comes with a 14-day trial period for $0. I'm going to drop it in the comment section right here. This is Aura. I've been using Aura for now. This is going to go on 4 years. You get a 14-day trial for $0. It's free. Free 14-day trial to see if your information has been stolen or has been compromised. And it's going to stop the data brokers from selling your information. This is one of the hugest parts that people do not understand is serious. Literally, like Experian, Equifax, TransUnion, they're selling it to third-party companies. And then those third-party companies are selling to other companies. This is how data breaches happen. It's not just from AT&T or Verizon and all these companies. There's so many other companies that are selling your data. Freeze and lock your credit reports at all times. It's like, do you walk around naked all the time? Like, yo, what's up, guys? That's what you're doing if your credit report is like not frozen. I can't even, if I apply for something, sometimes I forget, oh, yo, I froze my credit reports. I can't apply for that. Let me go and freeze them. I go in and freeze them really quickly. And then once I'm done applying, I freeze them again. You can do that inside of Aura. This is very important. Also, you can use a VPN. If you are traveling and you're using Wi-Fi in an airplane, inside of a hotel, inside of the airport, never, ever hook up to free Wi-Fi unless you're running a VPN through it. Aura also gives you a VPN. This is what I use when I travel a lot. And I cannot let any of my devices get hacked or anybody get my information out there, so I use a VPN. You do all of that. And I believe for one person, it's like $9.99 a month. For an entire family, it's like $34 a year. So I can monitor all three of my kids and my wife's information. And then my phone will let me know. When the massive data breach happened, I knew before anybody. It was crazy. I was like, what do you mean my information's been leaked? This is crazy. And my information was frozen, so they couldn't access my credit reports, but my information had been leaked. And then I had it actually pull it from all the data brokers, and they stopped them. I mean, it's crazy. So Aura is a huge deal. Go in there, Denny, and make sure that your information is not breached, meaning people have applied in your name or have loans, credit cards, whatever it may be, and block the data brokers from selling it anymore. And then also freeze your credit reports. And I would look for a consumer law attorney if your identity has been stolen. We do work with consumer law attorneys for identity theft issues if your identity has been stolen, Denny. It's a serious one. So, all right, let's run it back, ladies and gentlemen. Juan has a question here about Dispute Beast. So Dispute Beast, okay, is the most advanced AI credit repair software. It comes with the 110% money back guarantee. You click that button that says get started. You're going to upload your personal documents, your driver's license, and a utility bill. There's multiple different types of utility bills that you can use. And then you'll click one button. Okay. If the late payment is past 5 years, it's not going to bother attacking it because Dispute Beast AI understands that and it knows that. It's the only system of its kind that knows how long your late payment's actually been. But it will create the letters for you. And it will tell you, do you want to attack this late payment? You're going to say, of course I do, bro. What are you talking about? And then it's going to let you choose if you like to attack inquiries. You'll choose the inquiries that you want to attack if that's what you want to do. You click the button. It's going to create your letters. You don't have to choose reasons. You don't have to choose letters. You don't have to do any of that. It will create your custom letters. It will attack all 3 credit reporting agencies and the other 9 secondary credit reporting agencies that people don't know even exist, which is going to be LexisNexis, LCI, Anovis, ARS, Credco, Clarity, DataX, Microbilt, and Factor Trust. And it will also send a letter to the creditor disputing against the creditor. It does all that. Then you can print and mail your letters on your own, or you can have Dispute Beast mail the letters for you. Okay? So that's how Dispute Beast works. It's very simple. It's a couple of clicks, upload your documents, and you're done. It's just that simple. I hope everybody understands how powerful it is. That's really crazy. And for those who may not be believers, let's put some results up on the screen. I love results, right? So we looked at this one. That was a different one. We looked at Malachi earlier. So let's look at a different one. This is completely different people. So Devin's credit score went up 11 points after one round. Herod, his credit score went up 82 points after 2 rounds. Jordan's credit score went up 324 points after 2 rounds. Andy's credit score went up 46 points after 1 round. Amy's credit score went up 157 points after 2 rounds. Siobhan's credit score went up 147 after 2 rounds. Daniel's credit score went up 71 points after 1 round. You can see all the different types of results. Link is going to be in the video description for anyone that needs Dispute Beast. And I'm going to drop it in the comments section right here, right now, 1 second, for anybody that needs it. This is one of the most powerful DIY services out there because it actually does all the work for you. You don't have to worry about any of it. Isn't that wild? A lot of these systems claim that they do, but they really don't. I know that it sucks, right? So Dispute Beast is going to be in the video description for anyone who needs it. I'm going to drop Aura again. For some reason, it didn't work. Oh, something's going on with Facebook over there. Facebook is acting crazy. It's not letting me put the link in there for Facebook, but it's in there for YouTube. Yep, YouTube's got it going in there, so we should be good. Yeah, that's really weird. But anyways, so I hope that gives you clarity, Juan, for that question. Hey, Redondo Beach, appreciate that, man. The breach of the peace. I just successfully did the breach of the peace. That's wild, yo. I love that. Yo, where does comment? All right, let's remove this comment. All right, so let's go back to the stage. Let's take this crazy scores off. I know it's pretty crazy, right? All those credit score increases. I got thousands of pages of this. I've never watched The Critical Drinker. Maybe I should. What should I do about this? Do you have any suggestions? Let me see. I think I missed it. I don't see anything up here with another question. That was kind of weird. All right, there we go. All right. Yo, I love this. Yo, let's give a shout out right here to Philip. I followed your credit line increase for the Apple Card. Credit line doubled. Congratulations. Everybody, you can request a credit limit increase a minimum of once every 6 months. At maximum, you should be doing it at least once a year. If you're not carrying any balances, go into your app. You can do this with Capital One, the Apple Card, American Express, Chase Bank, Discover Bank. Just about every credit card, there's no hard inquiry to request a credit limit increase on your credit card. So yeah, that's some serious sauce right there. A lot of people don't know. Hey, new to the channel. Thanks, Melissa. First live. I'm gonna try to do more lives, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I kind of showed up a little late this time, because I really want to come out here and help as many people as I possibly can. I know you guys like the lives. Oh, here's a great question. I love this question. What about using trade lines? So trade lines, let's kind of break this down, what this means. Trade lines is a credit card. This is one of my oldest credit cards right here. This has like 10 years or something of payment history on it. So trade lines are only effective for a temporary time frame. So if you can pay companies or people to report a trade line, but some of them are shady, some of them are not. Let's be 100 with everybody. There's a dark industry and there's a great industry, very separate. But when you have somebody do a trade line, they're going to add you on their credit card as an authorized user for 30, 60, or 90 days. And then I'll ask you if you'd like to renew. This is only temporary. You're going to get the credit limit and the credit age. So if this is a $10,000 credit card, you're going to see a $10,000 credit card on your credit profile. You will not get the credit card to use it unless you're like family or something, or I don't know, or like a husband or wife situation. And you'll also get the payment history. So if you can imagine, I have what I call the 10 and 10 rule. 10 years of positive payment history and a $10,000 credit limit will instantaneously boost anyone's credit profile that has no negative items. If you have negative items, your credit profile is not going to react as the same. So let's say hypothetically, I may get over 240 points instantaneously injected into my credit profile. You only want to do 1 or 2 trade lines or authorized users at the most. Understand that. But understand, if you have negative items, your credit profile is not going to react and get the full 200. It may only get 60, 80, 120. It's going to vary from person to person. But trade lines are effective, but they're not long-term. And a lot of actual auto lenders and mortgage lenders will pull that trade line off and rescore you because they know that it's artificially inflated. That's a fact, okay? Can collection accounts with a pending lawsuit still be disputed? You can always dispute it. It doesn't matter. The lawsuit doesn't say anything about you can't dispute it. I know that sounds wild, but I'm just going to tell you the truth. What up? You live in Ohio. I hear you. Lexington is the barbecue capital in North Carolina. I love Lexington. Yo, we got to put this up on the screen right here. Thanks for Dispute Beast, because it really did boost my credit score tremendously. Thanks, Mike, for your advice throughout these videos. Hey, you're welcome. And thank you, Chris, for believing in it and going through the process and just putting in the work. Everyone give a round of applause to Chris here, because this is a big deal. When people follow through the process and they do it and they see great results, you just got to be consistent and don't give up. There we go. There we go. Oh, there's another one back to back. This is crazy. This is crazy. Okay, everybody. Yo, this is wild. I started with Dispute Beast in 2024 with a 480 FICO, 18 negative items, and 8 months, all negative items removed. Now I have a 760 FICO. Yo, this is crazy. Y'all see this? Yo, give a round of applause to our Lake, bro. This is, yo, congratulations. That's a huge accomplishment. Let's repeat this. I started Dispute Beast in January 2024 with a 480 FICO, 18 negative items, and 8 months, all negative items removed. Now he's at a 760 FICO. Congratulations, man. That's a big deal, man. That's a huge deal. Let's see. Lock in, Chris. Lock in. Yeah, there we go. Eat bacon every day. Bacon is delicious. Yo, but I love this R Lake, man. I love success stories like this. Let's keep scrolling. Let's find a really good question here. This is a really good one we should talk about right here. This is a really good one. All right. My husband makes over $100,000 a year, and he wasn't approved for a home loan with a current home equity of $150,000 in our home because of high student loans. Correct. You have to understand, student loans are massive on credit reports. It's one of the biggest things that they will look at and easily deny you, because you have to understand, even if those loans are deferred, they know that those student loans will eventually kick into play. Doesn't matter how much money you make. If you got massive student loans in your credit profile, it may not be hurting your credit profile, but when you apply for something so big like a mortgage or a car, it could potentially affect it. With a car, not so much. I'll be honest with you, car lenders are desperate. They're approving just about anybody right now. But with mortgage lenders, mortgage is getting much, much tighter and harder. There's really nothing you can do to fix that situation except for pay the student loans down. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but I'll be honest with you. This is one of the worst markets in American history to purchase a home. I know you have $150,000 in equity in your current home, but this is like one of the worst times. I'm going to be honest with you. So let's say hypothetically, okay, the median cost to purchase a home in the United States is $421,000. $421,000 to purchase a home in the United States. That's the median cost. Now, the average interest rate is going to be 6 to 8%. I haven't known if anybody gets 6% currently. Okay, I'm just going to be honest with you. 8% is pretty standard right now. They're going to tell you, oh, we're at 6%. And now banks can be like 8%. They're going to hit you with it because they can get away with it. If you do a 30-year term loan at 8% for a $421,000 home, you are going to be looking at over $580,000 worth of interest. You just bought that home twice in 30 years. I want everyone to let that sink in. This is a very, very horrible market to be in to purchase a home. People are going to say I'm lying. I'm fear mongering. No, this is real. If I won't go out there and buy a home, that's to tell you something. Okay, because I got money, I got good credit, I got everything, and I won't touch anything out there. I will not get any type of loan for a 30-year, even a 15-year. Even if you do a 15-year, like how many Americans can afford a 15-year mortgage? I'm not trying to be rude when I say that, but let's be honest. Less than 60% of Americans even have $1,000 in their savings account right now. This is how bad the economy is. So this is a really bad time to purchase a home. And I want to let everybody know, like, don't fall for this trap, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a good situation. All right, let's scroll down. Oh, this is a great question. Let's put it up on the screen. Shawana, great question, sister. So, for my Facebook people out there, if you comment Beast or Dispute Beast, Facebook will automatically DM you the actual link for Dispute Beast. All right. Smash and like that subscribe for the W. So if I no longer want a credit card because the rate is high and it has no benefit, should I close it? No. You heard me right. No. Okay. You have a couple of options here. Okay. Redondo Beach. Thanks for the gift. I appreciate you. You have a couple of options here, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone pay attention. Hit the like button because I'm about to drop some serious gems here. If your interest rate is too high on your credit card, pick up the phone and call the credit card company. Say, yo, American Express, my homie, we've been friends for 4 years. I'm not feeling this interest rate. American Express, Chase Bank, Capital One, Discover Bank, Citibank, Barclays, every single credit card company. Can you please help me lower this interest rate? I mean, I'm not feeling it. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, oh, let me talk to somebody, see if we could do that. If you're in debt, this is an easy way to reduce your debt by calling them and letting them know, can you please reduce my interest because I'm going through a financial hardship? But Shawana, if you've been with them, I hope I said your name correctly. Okay, I'm not trying to be rude. I hope I said it right. But if you've been with them for a good amount of time, you can ask them to lower your interest rate, or you can downgrade the credit card to another credit card offer. Now, let's be really clear here, everybody. An interest rate doesn't matter if you don't carry a balance. It's that simple. We should not be carrying balances. We should be holding ourselves accountable and paying off that balance every single month. $1 in, $1 out. If we don't have the money to spend it, don't use it. You can literally keep your credit in good standing and not have any debt. You can pay for your Hulu, your Netflix, your cell phone bill, your light bill, your gas bill, your water bill, and have it on auto payment. And it's the only thing you use for that credit card. And guess what? Your credit card stays in good standing the entire time. But if you close it, it's going to reduce your average age of credit. And it's going to close an account, which is going to drop your credit score. This is why we don't want to close a credit card. Now, a student loan will naturally close once it's paid. A mortgage will naturally close once it's paid. A car loan will naturally pay, or an installment loan will naturally close once it's paid. That's okay. But we do not want to close a credit card. We want to work around it. Downgrade the credit card to another credit card you may actually be interested in. Go to their website, check it out. Be prepared before you call them. When you get them on the phone, be the nicest person you've ever been and ask to speak to a supervisor that can make the decision happen. Because the majority of representatives can't just make this happen. They have to talk to a supervisor. So what's the point of talking to them? Say, hey, just want to talk to somebody about lowering my interest rate. Can y'all help me? I love American Express. I love Capital One, whoever it may be, and just schmooze them. It's the biggest mistake that people make. They don't do that. It's another good question right here. Let's put it up. See if we can put it up. Don't want to put it up. Doesn't want to put it up. Okay. That's weird. So when the statute of limitations has reached 7 years, when 7 years come, can you dispute it if credit bureaus don't remove it? Absolutely. So a negative account collection or a charge-off should be removed by 7 years from your credit report. Now, how do you come up with that number of 7 years? The clock starts on the first date of delinquency. That means the late payment that led to the item being charged off or turned into a collection. That first late payment that you got that led to the charge-off status or collection, that's when the clock starts. The clock does not restart when you talk to a debt collector. The clock does not restart when it goes to collections. The clock does not restart when it turns into a charge-off. The clock does not start when you talk to the original creditor again. None of that happens. The only thing that can restart the debt clock is going to be a payment or a contract to agree to pay. But even with the contract with agree to pay, you must make a payment to make it actually react and change the date. So a payment is the only thing that can change the first date of delinquency to change the 7-year statute. So yeah, I hope that helps everyone. Here we go. Let's keep moving. I'm going to answer a couple more questions. I'm getting tired here, ladies and gentlemen. I've been on here for an hour. So I'm just going to pick out 2 more questions here. Hey, I really love this. Thank you so much, Panama. I really appreciate you. Michelle, I greatly appreciate you here. She said, I share your videos with my younger And Elder Cousins, wow, we all agree you've helped us individually. Thank you. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you so much for telling me that. I love hearing stuff like that. Let's see. Let's keep moving. Let's find something. I'm going to put this up here. It's a very sensitive subject to me, but I'm going to talk about it. Okay. No offense intended, but I really miss Jay Woodfin. Jay Woodfin was one of my best friends. He passed away in December. Brother gave me one tip that got me from a 607 to a 647 without beast in 9 months. That's absolutely amazing. Okay. Me and Jay were not only business partners with Dispute Beast. He was my best friend. I talked to him every day, almost every night. We bothered each other. I met Jay a long time ago. He wasn't a content creator. I told him he belonged on TikTok. And then as I progressed in my journey, I helped him along the way too. He exploded on YouTube. He's the most amazing voice of all people in the whole wide world. So I miss Jay, but because of him, Jay put the team together to help create Dispute Beast. Without him, it wasn't possible. Jay believed in it as much as I did, and without him, none of this would ever happen. So shout out to my boy Jay out there. So yeah, let's keep it pushing. Love Jay. New York has a 3-year debt statute. What credit law can be used to get an account that's over the 3-year? All right, so here's it's important to understand this, okay, ladies and gentlemen. A statute of limitations is for you to be sued, okay? There's 2 different statutes. Any collection or charge off can stay on your credit report for up to 7 years. Let's repeat that. Any collection or charge off can stay on your credit report for up to 7 years. Now, there are state statutes. New York has a 3-year statute of debt. So after 3 years, they cannot sue you. In that 3 years, they can sue you. If it goes past those 3 years, they cannot sue you. That's not going to get it off your credit report, unfortunately. I'm just keeping it real with you, but I'm just telling you the truth. It's not going to get it off the credit report. You're right. Hey, listen. You're right. Let's keep it 100. People having less than 1,000 in their bank account doesn't have to do with the economy. It's always been that way in booming economies. Yeah. I was just talking about this with I think with my wife, or no, it was one of my best friends. I was talking to one of my homies on the phone, and I was like, yo, did you know that in the last 30 years, it's either 20 or 30 years, pay has only increased 30 cents? Yeah, let that sink in. So inflation is up, taxes are up, interest rates are up, but that pay raise ain't kicked in yet for 30 years. So yeah, it's a lot to do with it. Inflation is crushing Americans right now. So yeah. So let's put this up on the screen real quick. So if you signed up for Dispute Beast, I want to give you a quick little tutorial. Even before you sign up for Dispute Beast, you could just watch see that there's a big video right there on the homepage. Watch the homepage video. It's going to tell you how to set up your account if you feel that you're lost. There's also a weekly live that you can join every week. So pay attention to your emails, because Dispute Beast is going to send you emails inviting you to the live training seminars. But again, it's very simple. You just got to upload your documents and click the big blue buttons, and then you should get started and rolling. But watch the video on the homepage right here on how to get started with Dispute Beast. It'll walk you through the entire training process. It's not very long, so just pay attention. It's very, very simple. I don't want anybody to think that this is super difficult. We made this as simple as can be, so anybody can work on their credit and get it done on their own. So yeah, I just want to tell you that right there, okay? Hey, thanks, Shawana. Appreciate that. Let's see. I'm trying to find another good one. Where are we at? There's so many. Listen, I appreciate everyone come to the live. I love it when there's so many people in here, but it's hard to keep up with these questions because there's so many of them. All right, let's go all the way to. I'm gonna go all the way to the bottom. So let me see. All right, I'm gonna put this one up, and I'm gonna ask this right here also. Piggyback question on the charge off. What if you did make a payment to their lawyer, but when the validation verification came, the original creditor has a whole different debt collector? You can rescind the agreement. You can rescind the payment. But I'm not an attorney. I'm not a lawyer. I think you need an attorney for this situation. This is a weird situation. This is why we always say never, ever pay a hoe-ass debt collector until you verify that the debt is still active. That means that the statute of limitations has not run out per your state, that they legally own the debt. They need to show you that they legally own the debt with a purchase agreement showing a legal transfer of debt. Because it's like me calling you like, yo, what up, Jesus? You got that money? You'll be like, what money? That money from that credit card, bro, that you didn't pay me. It was like $1,000. You'd be like, oh, I guess I can start paying you. All right, let's go, Jesus. Let's go and sign this agreement. I'm gonna have you set up an ACH. I'm gonna start taking that money. You're gonna pay me. You'll be like, okay, sorry, bro. I'm gonna pay you. I forgot. My bad. But you didn't do any checking. You didn't check on anything if I actually truly own the debt. Because anybody can actually find any of your information. Because remember, the credit reporting agencies are selling your information to data brokers. Everyone hear what I just said? The credit reporting agencies are selling your information to data brokers. This is why I personally use Aura, so they block everybody and they tell them they don't have permission to sell my information. Because if they get a hold of your debt and they know how much it is, they can see your credit reports. They can try to call you and scam you just like this is going on right here. This is why you need to use Aura to protect your information. Just comment protect if you're on Facebook. And for anybody that needs Aura, Aura is going to be in the actual comments and in the video description for anybody on YouTube. This happens. People think it's like, oh, I just don't want to pay my debt. Like, no, this truly happens to people. I've got so many cases out there that we are fighting against these debt collectors that are suing people that they don't even own the debt. That's crazy. And then you have somebody else that comes along. They're like, no, well, actually, we actually own it. Here's the paper. It's right here. You're like, what is going on? It happens. It literally happens. So, yeah. That's why I started following Mike. Yeah, I'm giving you real information. This is what happens. Freeze your credit reports and use Aura. It's a free 14-day trial, and have them opt out of all of those data brokers. And then freeze your credit reports, and then use a VPN if you ever travel. If you ever use free Wi-Fi, they can get into your phone and get your information through free Wi-Fi. I use the VPN that's with Aura. That's what I always use. Okay. Okay, let's put this last one up right here. If you reach the limit of statute, but it reappears as new, what do you do? So, all right, this is where it confuses people. So, if the statute of limitations is past the 7 years from your first date of delinquency, when you first got a late payment, it should not be on your credit report after 7 years. If your local statute of limitations has expired, that means nothing. It just means you cannot be sued anymore. Let's be clear on that, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot be sued anymore if the statute of limitations has expired. If it reappears on your credit report, it means nothing. They still have to abide by the original first date of delinquency. You can go to annualcreditreport.com. Remember, annualcreditreport.com, and pull your credit reports for free. And then they will actually show the first date of delinquency. Look at that date. If that date is not right, and you know it's not right, then you dispute it and you get an attorney, or you sue them in small claims court. This is not financial advice or legal advice. I'm not an attorney, but I'm telling you, if they changed it, sometimes debt collectors do this, then you can sue them in small claims court, especially if you have proof. Like, can you show me the actual original purchase agreement? Can you show me where this came from when this credit card was open? All these questions can be asked in court. If they don't produce them, they're going to lose. So yeah. If you have spam calls, you can go list your phone number on the do not call registry. It's a government registry. If you're getting spammed, go list your phone number on the do not call registry, even cell phones. And if they call you, it's like $500 a call or something like that. If they call you once your number's on there. Yeah. So yeah, can you lock your credit with Aura and the credit dispute still work? Yes. Yes, you can dispute with a freeze or a lock on it. Now, if it comes back and they say, hey, you need to unlock your credit reports, we've seen multiple different things where they'll tell you that you need to unfreeze it or unlock it, or then we've seen situations where they don't say anything at all. There's no rhyme or reason to this, because you have to understand you are up against a machine. A machine is what's actually reading your dispute letters. It's not an actual human being. So that's why people are like, well, but how does that happen? Because it's a damn machine. It's called eOscar. Go watch my videos that I just recently dropped about Dispute Beast. I'm going into detail about the entire disputing process and why you are up against a machine. So I hope that gives you clarity. So listen, I want to tell everybody thank you. Appreciate everyone coming to the live. Make sure that everyone hits the like button, subscribes, and go watch my content. If you're not on YouTube, go find me on YouTube, Mike the Credit Guy. And I love you guys. Thank you for coming to the live, and I appreciate everything. Y'all have a wonderful night.